them apart, but now they're together. They're two wacky gringos in all kinds of weather. When it's sunny, they're funny. When it's rainy, they're zany. They're two gringos who sometimes do bits. Are we? Yes. Hi. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Patrick.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good today for a Monday. I've got my giant cocktail here ready to go.
I see that giant cocktail.
It's actually the cover page of my new website that I'm working on for photography and all kinds of nutty hijinks.
Giantcocktails.com.
Yes, that's it.
Patrick Reynolds story.
You got to drink it by the gallon now. Little cups just don't get it.
Industrial cocktail and whatever.
How about you, man? How's your week been?
I don't know. I seriously don't know if you've heard, but there's been an international pandemic. Really? Yeah. For about, 6 months or more, there's been a pandemic. And Pilar, who you know, has written this little book. It's in Spanish, but it's called Un año para recordar, a year to remember.
Oh.
It's all about the pandemic and her experiences. It's in easy to read Spanish, Español.
That's my favorite kind of Spanish. The
best kind of Spanish. And it is available on Amazon and also in the Metro X Farmacia.
Cool.
If anybody's looking for that, or you can reach out to me and we can arrange for a secret book deal.
Maybe you can put a link to the Amazon in the comment section on the Facebook. Or
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
But that's that, and
that's what you got going on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Pilar. I have nothing. I do nothing. I have nothing to do. What can I do? What's there to do?
Maybe a hobby. Maybe it's time for a hobby.
My hobby has been eating.
Oh.
Eating, cooking, and watching people cook. Watch other people cook on YouTube videos. My best new hobby.
Okay, that's cool. I enjoy that too, actually.
A vicious cycle, because when you see other people cook, then you want to cook, and then you want to eat, and then watch more people cooking, and then eat more and cook more.
Have you seen Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix?
Yes. Yeah.
That show makes me drool. It makes me so hungry.
Yeah. Well, I've just got. You might enjoy this because you're a weirdo, but I love the way YouTube works. How you I don't know how they recommend things to you that I'm not a cowboy. I'm from New York, but I just found this guy who's like a cowboy cook. He's like the best chuck wagon in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Great videos, and he cooks on outdoors, and he has this big oven. It's like 500 pounds of steel. Whatever.
Okay.
And everything's cast iron, and they real old cowboy kind of cooking. It's great, I love it.
Cool. Yeah. Cast iron skillet is a must-have for any kitchen.
Oh man, it's great. I have a cast iron. I love it. I'm learning how to use it and cook with it and clean it and all that stuff. It's great.
I actually brought with me to Paquete my great-grandmother's cast iron skillet.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's how you make those drinks in the cast iron.
Cast iron skillet. Yeah. Well, should we announce our guests and bring them in?
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, we got some famous guests today. Yes, our guest has been on one of my very favorite shows, Mannix. My other favorite show, Home and Garden TV's, HGTV's International House Hunters. Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So let's give a big round of applause for Joanne Hatch, ladies and gentlemen. Here she comes.
Joanne Hatch.
Here she. Oh, there you are. Hi, Joanne.
How are you
Sherry
today?
Shirritt.
There's more than Joanne Hatch.
She's with Sherry.
Hello,
with
Sherry.
Yeah, Sherry is just new to my team. We are growing and growing and growing. So we now have like a full-time secretary. We've got Sherry as a buyer's agent, and a new gal that's joined our team, Leslie King. So yes.
Oh, cool. Leslie's
love
great. All right.
New jerseys are terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's fabulous. So you've been very busy, haven't you?
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, when, actually we were off to a roaring start, late 2019 going into 2020.
Right.
And yes, we were like busy with all kinds of tours down here, people looking at real estate. And it was like, we were off to a roaring start. And then of course, COVID hit.
And then,
Yeah, and of course, unbeknownst to us, who knew how long it was gonna be for? And so, as of today, the 28th, thank goodness, we decided, or the government decided, that they were going to let us out of prison. So here we are. In fact, Sherry and I, we went to go and have lunch today, thinking, oh my God, we can go to a restaurant.
Oh, where are you going to go?
Well, we didn't go. Sugar and Spice, we ended up getting something to take away, because it's crazy out there. The streets are busy. The stores are open.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a good sign.
Yeah,
Positive.
people are happy to be free once again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. And what about the real estate market now? Is that coming up, or is that?
Yes, I would think so. I've had since COVID, I've had several offers on homes. We've been actually getting offers on homes sight unseen. Some folks have never even been to Panama. Yeah, and I'm hearing, also too, some of my colleagues are also getting offers on homes, sight unseen. So that's And first couple of months it was quiet. And then all of a sudden in May, things just started to go boom. So, people around the world, like Canadians, Americans, Europeans, mostly emails from Americans saying they got to get out. They want to leave. They just looking for a simpler life,
Yeah.
Yeah, because, their futures are uncertain at this point.
See.
I've actually seen many posts on Facebook of people that are looking in the future, which always surprises me because, they're looking for like 5 years from now. They're like, tell me about Panama because I want to move in 5 years. I'm like, have you heard of COVID? Who knows what could be the next thing.
Yeah, there might not be a 5 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, or, sometimes I get emails from people saying that I'm not, can you send me more information about this house? We're going to go buy something in 2 or 3 years. Well, to me as a realtor, like, I'm really hoping that house is going to be gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think too, as everybody knows, the airports are opening up on the 12th. We have several people coming in. So I think all those planes are full.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, there's only 3 flights a week coming from Panama City into David.
Okay.
But I think the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, all those planes are booked. People coming in, and yes, looking to relocate.
I heard that Air Panama was also starting to make the David run again.
I think as of today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Right. Oh, fabulous, fabulous. Joanne, as I mentioned earlier, you were on International House Hunters.
I was.
Which was fabulous. I at the time, I didn't have TV, so I had to watch the somewhat cut up version on YouTube, but
it's gone. I went to look for it the other day. It's gone. So unless you have a subscription to HGTV, you can't see it, but maybe it might come back up again.
Okay.
I've had a lot of phone calls from that.
I was just saying, did that help?
Yes, absolutely it helped. Absolutely it helped.
All right.
So Joanne, how did you get started in real estate here in Panama?
Well, I was a realtor in Canada for almost 25 years, and back in the 2008 market. Of course, I lived in a border city, Windsor, Ontario, which is sister city to Detroit.
Okay.
And of course, as 2007, 2008 was not a good time for real estate, especially in the US. Now in Canada, we weren't hit, you know, quite as hard, but of course, coming from an automotive town, you know, when Michigan hurts, you know, Windsor, Essex County hurts. And I was just getting to the point, I think, you know, I'm done. I think I'm getting a little tired of this. And I've been going to Costa Rica quite a bit. And I really considered, you know, taking an early retirement and maybe going to Costa Rica. So the day that I was leaving, I was, of course, met a man in a bar. And
it always starts that way, doesn't it?
met a man in a bar and at the airport, of course. And he told me, he goes, no, don't go to Costa Rica. He said, it's getting expensive, a little more dangerous, you know. He goes, no, he goes, let me tell you about this Panama. And I'm like, where's Panama? I didn't even know where it was. And so he told me about this little town in Boquete. And I went, really? I said, great. So that night I got home back to Canada and just dropped my luggage at the door, and I fired up that computer and I said, oh my God, I gotta check this out. And then once I started exploring, it was like, oh my gosh, this is something I gotta go there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of a bar, you didn't decide to go to another bar and maybe.
No. But then again, one of my colleagues in Canada, when he found out that I was moving, he called me. He goes, Joanne, I've got condos in Coronado. You guys got a place in Los Los, and you know. So I ended up, you know, what can I say? I came down. I made 2 trips. The first one to look around to get a feel, and I just had a wonderful feeling. And I just said, Mom, what do you think? You want to do it? And she said, let's go. So we came down on the second trip, and I ended up buying a lot, and I built a house.
Oh, man, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Sherry, what about you? How did you find Boquete? What drew you to Panama?
We did a 5-year search for retirement places, and we started off with Belize and Dominican, Costa Rica, Mexico, because I'm from Canada as well. Okay. And we took a tour, a relocation tour, and found that we were really kind of interested in Boquete because even with the exchange rate, we were still living in a better lifestyle here than we would in Canada for sure. For the same amount of money. We didn't want to go to a place that was really hot. We wanted to be close to the beaches that we could drive to, but not living on a beach. Right. And so Boquete checked off a lot of those boxes. And we've been here for 4 years and we're not looking back. We're just so happy to be here. Yeah, so blessed. Yeah, excellent.
December will be 5 years for us. And hopefully we're going to be getting back there. What is this? Is this still September? We'll be getting back there 24 days. We'll be getting back there in November. Really anxious to get back down on the other side of the wall. Yeah. Mike, you want to ask the question? We have a question that we like to ask our guests.
It's traditionally it's your question.
Well, I know, but sometimes it's your question.
All right. Well, this is for both of you. What is the one thing that would surprise you the most about Panama that you did not expect about Panama and surprised you to find out?
And nobody told you about before you got there.
Oh my gosh. But the meat.
Okay. The beef?
That cooking with the beef. I remember when I first got here, of course, you know, being oblivious, and of course my Spanish still was not very good. My mother went out one morning and I thought, I'm going to have some oatmeal. And I saw this brown sugar and I'm like, okay, I'll just make this oatmeal, put some brown sugar in it and some raisins and whatever. And unbeknownst to me, it was fast acting, like really large grained yeast. And it sort of grew in the bowl. And I'm like, oh. And then of course I'm trying, because I love to cook, and trying to cook the beef down here was just like, oh. Gosh, I wish I would have known, but now at least now that I know that I can eat the filete, and I've got a sous vide machine, and I have, the pressure cooker, Instapot.
Oh yeah.
Getting much better. And on special occasions, we will buy like a New York strip, or a T-bone here in Boquete, imported from the States.
Where was the yeast? Was this in a restaurant? The yeast,
No.
the oatmeal.
Oh, the yeast? No. But my mom had it here at the house, and I couldn't read Spanish. I didn't know what it was.
Oh,
I thought it was I thought it was sugar. Then I put it in my oatmeal. Like, whoa, it upset my stomach. Yeah, it was nasty.
So the oatmeal here, there is an interesting thing that Panamanians typically like oatmeal very runny, very watery.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I like mine thick.
Yeah. And I think North Americans eat it, much thicker. And I have a friend, I'm not going to mention who it is, but a very good friend of mine who ordered oatmeal in a very nice breakfast restaurant here, and got the watery oatmeal and sent it back. He asked if it could be just a little bit thicker, and it came back, and it was basically the same thing. And long story short, they asked him never to come back to that restaurant again. He was a complainer. He was an oatmeal complainer.
I know, but there's so many surprises when you come here. Like nobody is, until you experience it for yourself. I mean, it's, and the Panamanians they're wonderful, right?
Absolutely.
So they just like, okay.
Well, the surprise, the fun of discovery, I like, most of the surprises were good ones. What about you? Was there something that you encountered that you were not expecting?
I think my thoughts about what retirement would look like generally were to sit around, drink martinis, just do nothing. I've never been so busy in my life.
Yes.
I started volunteering, and once you start volunteering in one committee, then they ask you to volunteer in another. I've never been so busy in my life, but I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I just thought I'd be laying back more and doing nothing.
Okay.
Not so much.
I think that's what retirement should be.
The thing I love about Boquete, when you get to be, when we've all been here a number of years, and people, and you have a lot of acquaintances that you just say hi to, So one day I was in the airport in David, and I bumped into this guy. I didn't really know him. I know him now, but I didn't know him then. And we talked. We exchanged some, pleasantries. And when he left, he said, "See you on campus," And it made me think, like people have described it as like a college campus or a summer camp for adults, for retired people. And that's how I feel. It's like we have a lot of activities. People do a lot of things that are, either you have a business, or, Patrick and I have been involved in a lot of shows at the BCP, and we do stay very active and try to have fun. But, that's what I love about Boquete. It's just.
Well, that's what I liked, because, living in Canada, when you live in the suburbs, you can live in the same neighborhood for 10 years and not really know your neighbors or anybody on the street, other than you go out in the morning and you wave good morning or just as they're walking by.
So
here, it is so much more easier to meet friends and just to hang out with people, no matter what your bag is, whether you're a musician or, you're a tree hugger, you're a walker, or you're a birder, you can, card player, pool, there's pool, clubs, there's card club. I mean, there's something for everybody.
Yes.
Well, I tend to stay away from the birders. They're kind of aggressive people. Yeah. The birders.
They stand next to my house every morning.
Between the birders and the photography club, those people are just nuts.
Photography. Oh, forget it.
Yeah. So like for me, I wasn't a very good volunteer. I don't mind volunteering. I'd rather give financially than get out there. But I don't know. For me, I never married or had children. So I work. I'm a workaholic. So I like to work. That's my life. So
okay.
I'm very happy that I've got my office in my home, and I can dedicate my life to
absolutely.
real estate. Yes. And I'm doing something that I love, and I always loved it.
And you're doing it in a beautiful
Patrick and I are the total opposite of you. What's the opposite of workaholic?
Lazy bums.
Lazy bums.
That's what the ones that are sitting around the beach and with the martinis, not doing anything.
That's right. Yes. You know what?
There's something for everyone.
There is something for everyone, and you can be as busy or unbusy as you want to be. One of the things I really like. Love about Boquete, and you mentioned this, Joanne, all the people, all the friends. For where we live, it takes about 20 minutes to walk downtown. We're in Los Naranjos. And it takes about 20 minutes to get to, say, Romero, well, the edge of town, really. But really, it takes 45 minutes to an hour because I have to stop and say hi to my neighbors and friends and you know, and it's great.
Exactly. It is.
Yeah,
It is. Absolutely.
It's like a TV world that that never actually existed before. It's like living in Mayberry, you know.
Right. Yeah. It is in a lot of ways. And of course, you know, because I work so much, I don't, you know, other than the people that I'm dealing in real estate with, or showing houses. I mean, we meet so many people, and some buy, some don't. You know, some will come down one year and they'll say, well, we just need to ascertain whether we really want to live here or not. So you might hang out with them for a day or so, and then you don't ever hear from them again. And then 3 years later, they're calling you. Remember us?
Yeah.
We were here 3 years ago. We've now
So,
decided.
Joanne, why don't you tell us like the you know, the price ranges of houses here? Give people that might be out there some idea of what they're looking at here.
That's a good question.
Well, you know, traditionally, or just in, you know, in the last year, the big price point for most people is from, you know, 100 to 350. So the higher end market was, you know, because there's a lot of high end property here in Boquete. But I've noticed through my emails and all the correspondence I'm having, I'm actually getting more emails on the higher end properties than I am the lower end. So,
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I have another funny story. I don't know if it's funny, but it was funny to me. I took a Spanish class when I first got here with someone who teaches locally. And this woman had kind of a graduating party, you know, because we finished the class, and she invites people from past classes who have also taken the class. And there was a very nice older couple who sat next to me because at the time they had a house. They were trying to sell their house. They were trying to go back to the United States. And he put down a card in front of me, like a business card size, but it was advertising his house, which was $1.2 million. And he said to me, if you're interested, I could give it to you for $1 million, which I don't have $1 million.
Wow.
let me check my bank account. Yeah.
What kind of house can you get for $1 million in Boquete?
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Well, listen,
Really nice house.
I can get you I've got one up in Lucero that they've got at least 1.6 into it. And it's less than $1 million, like an amazing home. Yes, on several acres. I mean, first class all the way. Yeah.
Well, I checked my wallet first just to make sure I didn't have $1 million with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's some, you know, with real estate here, I mean, I do know that once that airport opens, we are going to boom. I believe that we're going to see a lot of new faces coming to town. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Do you think people, when they buy a house here, do they actually profit from it? Is there a possibility that?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, not everybody, you know, but some people think, you know, I mean, I think it depends on where you come from in the United States. Like if you're coming from the West Coast where properties are extremely expensive, you know, $1 million, I mean, you know, you're getting a 2-bedroom bungalow, like a wartime bungalow for $1 million.
Pretty close, yep.
In California, but here, you know, you can get a 7,000 square foot home, you know, with like just loaded with, I mean, you know, German windows, like, I mean, beautiful Spanish clay roofs from Spain, you know, marble floors. I mean, the works, you know, for less than $1 million.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. So it really all depends on where you're coming from. Like if you're coming from some places, you know, like Central Florida, they might think it's expensive here, but again, in North America too, don't forget, we don't have furnaces or central air and, you know, or basements, you know, so it is, I think it's a little bit cheaper to build here, but not by much.
It's all of the prices, all of the cost of living there. I know it's gone up in the last few years. Everything's gone up a bit, but it's still so much less expensive than Los Angeles.
Well, I know in Canada, now, again, I retired in, well, it'll be 1 month on the 30th of September. I was easily paying every month, just in utilities, $1,000. And that's for my electricity, that's for your internet, telephone,
Yeah.
you know, your heat, you know, I mean, all of that, no matter what. And then property taxes, you're paying 1,000 or 50, well, probably a lot more now,
Yeah.
you know, 1,500 a month. And that's not including mortgage payments if somebody has a mortgage on their home. Like my home was paid for. And it's still, and then there's your car insurance, and there's, you know, and every time you turn around, there's a bill in the mailbox for something, right?
Oh.
Here.
We don't have mailboxes in Boquete.
But not only do we not have mailboxes, I mean, the utilities on my home are less than, you know, are less than $200 a month.
I know. I got my first electric bill. It was, I think, $12.
Yeah.
Yay! I ran around and turned all the lights on in the house. It was.
Yeah. Oh, mine runs me about $53 a month. The same with my cable and my internet.
Yeah.
You know, it's $100, and then every 3 months we have $72 for our propane. Yeah. It's dirt cheap.
Yeah, it is.
And I do pay property taxes, but I only pay like $300 a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that certainly beats $4,000 a year we were paying in Canada. And then again, you've got your car insurance, and we really, you know, if you're eating rice and beans, yes, it's very cheap. If you're eating all the native foods, but we like to have the imports too, the cheeses, and meats, and whatnot. And what else am I going to spend my money on?
At one point, I think it was Gago, the House of Ham there, they had Harris Ranch, imported Harris Ranch ribeye steaks from California. And the prices, I was kind of surprised. The prices weren't that much more than what they are here, you know, for the same thing. So that's a great place to get a treat.
Yeah, that's a terrific store.
Joanne, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Maybe you know this. I heard a rumor, or read a rumor, that Enrique Malek, the David Airport, was going to become an actual international airport now, with flights to Costa Rica. Is that a thing, or am I just dating?
You know, I think I did read that somewhere, but I really cannot verify that. I don't know. I do know that the airport opened today. We have flights coming in from Panama City. Okay. Whether they're going on to San Jose, I'm really not quite sure, but you are correct. I did see that as well, but I'm not sure where I saw it.
Okay. Well,
I think I heard that, but like everything else, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. You know, we like to often, to save a little money, we fly into San Jose and take the bus, you know, to David, and then a ride up. It's almost the same distance, you know, between Panama City or Costa Rica. There's a little more hassle with that extra border crossing, but it's great if you're adventurous, you know. Yeah,
exactly. Me, I'm too impatient. I don't know about that. Yeah, but Sherry also too. I don't know if you knew this, that you may want to announce that, like, we have a newcomers group.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. Yeah. So we are doing a newcomers happy hour on Fridays at Stone Cabin, starting the end of the month.
Excellent.
From 3 to 6, and we invite newcomers and experienced people, and we'll all mingle. And
first 50 beers are on me.
Hey, sweet! I gotta get down there. Holy cow!
Is it starting this Friday? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're doing it on
at the end. Yeah, the 30th of October. We're going to start.
30th of October.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. So, and that we'll be inviting everybody, and Sherry, you know, because she works with another lady that works with a lot of newcomers, and so, you know, we expect a lot of people coming to town, so we just want to introduce them.
Well, that's Chris Duffy, right?
Yeah,
we love Chris. She's fabulous. Yeah, absolutely.
We sold her a house. Sherry's first
house.
Really?
And she was the first person that walked into it. So anyone that says that it sits on the market forever, it does not. We listed that house and we sold it within a week. And Chris was the lucky lady to buy it.
Outstanding. I have yet to visit the new house.
Where is the house? So that I can go visit. Oh.
Yeah. Actually, you know, a lot of people have this thing, you know, because we used to say average time on market here is usually a couple of years, because there is a lot of product, but it's starting to dwindle. And I can't tell you how many times I have sold a home. You know, we've done a couple sight unseen, but like within like days of listing them, they get sold.
Wow.
And some of them are going full up as well.
That's excellent.
So, yes.
Yeah.
So I've had quite a few of those this year. Full up offers. Like I listed a house one day, and the very next day, because one of my competitors was going to show it, the guy walked in and he said, listen, he goes, I'm going to buy this house cash up front. I'll give her full up. You cancel all those appointments. He goes, nobody gets to see this house. This is my house. You go,
wow.
I went, okay. And the people had just left Boquete and were going back to France. She hadn't dropped her luggage in the hallway to answer the phone. And I said, I've got an offer for you, full up. She's like, oh my God, I'm delighted. So we've seen a lot of that.
That was a good week.
That was a really good week.
Excellent.
Yeah, we had a really good week.
He probably said, I am delighted that the offer is so good.
We.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to hear that because
Yeah. So, a lot of people say, because, we had a while back, somebody posted on, Facebook, a tour operator that said, oh no, it's Panama's got to bottom out. It's, there's going to be steals of a deal and, it's going to collapse. And I'm like, wow. Not according to me, because I'm getting all these emails from people. Now, mind you, in the city, it's a different story because, I listen to Kent Davis every week, and he was saying that a lot of developers had built on spec. So you've got, like 25,000, condo units sitting vacant. So, of course, there's going to be a blowout sale on those because I'm sure the banks are going to be calling in the loans. And for those who have maybe lost their jobs. But again, with me, I pretty much I'm going to say 99% of my clients are expats and 99% of the buyers are expats. So from what I'm seeing, no, I have not had one homeowner that wanted to reduce and nobody has complained. So I do not see the market bottoming out at all. I think we're going to stay in fact, I think it's going to get very strong. Yes.
Yes, I'm delighted to hear that. I want to hear the have the economy, it's coming back, the local economy.
Well, and also too, we have a lot of South Africans that are moving here. And like today, I had a fabulous call from a gentleman from South Africa who saw my name. Somebody had recommended me on one of the Facebook forums. And now, mind you, he was not interested in coming into Boquete because he is an architectural or, like real estate photographer, but he doesn't want to do like homes. He used to do homes. He does really high-end architectural, like commercial buildings, high-end residential, and wanted to know if there was a shortage. And I said, absolutely, because they really, I see on the MLS homes come through that are over $1 million, and they're taken with a cheap cell phone, and the terrible pictures, and I'm all about having really nice photography.
That always makes me laugh when I see real estate photos that have not been stylized or prepped,
Let it speak up.
Dishes in the sink.
Something like that. You always laugh at those.
Yeah, it's an art.
You can put the dirty laundry away.
But also too, with a lot of, and not only that, when we first came here, like back in 2007, really Boquete was for a place for people 55 and over,
Right.
And but now we're getting a lot of young families, lots of people that want to homeschool their kids. So I think we're going to get a lot of new fresh talent in, and also too, I love the work ethic of the South Africans because they've got fabulous ideas about opening up businesses here. So maybe some of those little storefronts that we're going to lose, maybe we'll have something else.
I'm looking. I want to. I don't know how to homeschool him, but I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
You're going to homeschool who?
You.
Oh, me. I get schooled every day.
Right. But I think we're going to still see some restaurants.
Joanne, Sherry, I think we're running out of time.
Okay. It says 3 minutes.
Pleasure having you here. And
thank you so much. It's been great having you.
You're so welcome. It was lovely chatting with you fellas.
And I look forward to
I just want to grab that martini glass and I want that olive.
It's the size of his head.
It's grande. Mas grande.
Ooh. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for having us.
Every day. He has to drink it like this.
Two-handed,
Yeah.
But you only need one, so that's the good thing.
Well, we really enjoyed being your special guest today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been great, very informative, extremely entertaining. I look forward to seeing all of you.
Not only that, we're a hell of a lot of fun to work with, you know, like we don't move around.
Oh, maybe I can get on the team somehow.
You know
what's the name of your company? We never.
Oh, I'm with Inside Panama Real Estate.
Inside Panama.
We'll put a link
my Facebook page is Move to Boquete.
Okay.
And then next week I launch my fabulous new website, and it'll be just joannehatch.com. And it's
cool.
We're hoping to launch it by the end of this week. So
my website is Don't Come to Boquete because the scorpions are so huge. That's my website.
That's a good website. Well, I gotta sign off because we are out of time, kids.
Thank you so much.
Everybody have a great week.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you.